Yo, the Jake Paul fight was amazing. What a knockout by Anthony Joshua. But we got to give it up for Jake Paul's heart. He stood there and he was ready to take that.
A lot of people are haters.
Haters like I've never seen before.
No, because now I've been seeing people saying Brandon Schaub, is that his name? The UFC fighter?
Brendan Schaub.
Yeah. He said anyone would fight for that, like 90 million, whatever it was, 50 million. I think Jake Paul got like 90 something million. He's like, anyone would fight that. It's not like, he's saying it's not guts that he's stepping, like, he doesn't have. Yeah, but that's stupid because he could get that with anyone. He could get that with fighting not a heavyweight. And second, other people are saying, Michael Bisping or something. I think Michael Bisping I just saw saying he ran. He didn't fight. Same with Brendan Schaub. He didn't fight. He ran. What else is he supposed to do? He's a lighter guy. You're supposed to move around the ring.
This is why Brendan Schaub hasn't achieved anything in the UFC.
Bisping also said it.
And this is why Bisping won against the least decorated middleweight champion of all time, Luke Rockhold, and lost right after that from a retired George St. Pierre that came out of retirement and whooped him. All right, you got to give credit where credit is due. He had the guts to fight a bigger guy. He's gonna get paid. He can fight MMA guys like he's been doing. He could have fought 2 MMA fights. Okay, maybe one fight he won't make this much. He could have fought 2 fights and make like 40 million a fight. And the other MMA fighter he won't even have to pay. He could have rematched Anderson Silva. And made the same amount of money. Maybe less, but he could have done 2 of those. You know what I mean? Like, you got to give credit where credit is due. And as far as running around, that's part of fighting. He's the smaller guy. Anthony Joshua, the more skilled, bigger, powerful puncher. You have to run around. If he didn't run around, the fight wouldn't have lasted that long. He would have got knocked out in the first or second round. You don't want to do that. Why would you want to lose right away? His whole goal plan was good. His whole game plan was good. His whole goal was to get him tired. He tried to do that. He tried to get around him. He landed a few good punches too. Some good overhand that he landed on Anthony Joshua, but it is what it is. Anthony Joshua is used to getting punched by heavyweights. Jake Paul's one punch isn't going to do anything to him, and Jake Paul's not skilled enough to outbox him. So he did what's the best thing he could have done, which is run around, try to tire him out, and try to find your openings. But it didn't work out. You gotta give him credit for his heart. No one fights for free. If we're talking no UFC fighter has heart then. They're all fighting for a paycheck. Yeah. And they're all complaining about the paychecks on top of that. So no one's fighting for free. Everyone wants to fight Conor McGregor. Why? Because the paycheck. Whether he was great or not in his prime, he was knocking everyone out. Where those people didn't have heart? Come on.
And no MMA fighter should call out Jake Paul again because you will get knocked out.
Yeah, he's a far better boxer than any MMA fighter.
He got dropped by Anthony Joshua and stood right back up. He almost got, if he didn't get really badly hurt, he would have stood back up. And I think he can beat anyone in the UFC roster in a boxing fight. Anyone, including the heavyweight.
I agree. 100% agree. This is past the old Jake Paul. And first he will knock out Brendan Schaub and Michael Bisping in a boxing match. Yeah. So let's not get it twisted there. But second of all, I want to see Jake Paul back in the ring. Hopefully he's healthy. Because this could be a career-ending injury and he really doesn't need the money. As far as we know. Obviously you don't know his spending and stuff. But he could make money many other ways. But I would love to see him against Francis Ngannou. Because look, Anthony Joshua knocked out Francis Ngannou clean.
Yeah, in 2 rounds.
Francis Ngannou is not going to have the punching power of Anthony Joshua, although he's huge, but he's not going to have the punching power. Boxers generally punch harder, and he's been boxing for his whole life. He's not going to have the movement and the skill, the footwork to cut off the ring like Anthony Joshua did. Jake Paul could stand a good chance to win against Francis Ngannou. I would still favor Ngannou, don't get me wrong, just because he's absolutely massive. And his punch will hurt. And he's still most likely going to punch harder than Jake Paul. But I'll still favor him. But I think Jake Paul stands a pretty good chance to beat Francis Ngannou. I think that's not a bad fight.
Yeah, anyone in the lighter divisions, don't even call him out. Light heavyweight, middleweight. He's too good for you guys now. He's too good. He landed clean shots on a few clean shots on Anthony Joshua. If it was someone his weight class, they probably would have been knocked out.
Yeah.
He's a good fighter, just because he started fighting, whatever they say, he's a YouTuber and he started fighting recently, that doesn't matter. That means you guys suck.
Yeah.
He got better at the sport quicker than you. He has the resources, he has the money to train with the best coaches. Okay, he lost to Anthony Joshua. So everyone's acting like he lost to some no-name person. He lost to Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, one of the greatest heavyweights.
Yeah, top 3 of this generation.
Yeah.
And he's not even fighting. And what people forget is why he got tired.
Hold on. Maybe top 4.
Okay, hold on.
Maybe top 4. Let's not forget Deontay Wilder.
Okay, he was cutting weight to fight Tank Davis.
Yeah.
In a month or so, he had to gain weight to fight a heavyweight. He went from fighting a 35 pounder to a 245 pounder fight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So give him respect for that, and maybe in a full training camp. Maybe take out Joshua too.
I don't know about that, but it was a good fight. It was not too entertaining because obviously that's how he's going to fight. He's going to try to move around, try to get him tired. But Anthony Joshua caught him clean, knocked him out. And Anthony Joshua's and he's saying it himself, like, he should have finished the fight quicker. It was a lackluster performance or whatever. He was out of the ring for 18 months, he said. But I don't think so. I think it was a good performance by him. He barely got hit. He cut off the ring as much as he could. He didn't tire himself out by throwing unnecessary punches. And he knocked him out clean. And some people are still saying it's rigged. He broke his jaw. It's not going to be rigged. He could have, if it was rigged, he could have made it last 7-8 rounds, or it was 8 rounds in total. He could have made it last the same amount of time, but maybe get dropped by a body shot and just end it. Because he got hit in the body a lot too. But I don't know. I don't think it's rigged. I give my props to Jake Paul. I think he did a good job. And I think Joshua did a good job too. Obviously, he's a more skilled fighter and bigger and stronger on top of that. So it was a good fight by Jake Paul. And I would love to see Jake Paul back in the ring. And hopefully against Francis Ngannou. I think that would be a good fight. And I would love to see now Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. That would be a good fight too. Or even against Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. I think that would be also a good fight. But anyways, thank you guys for listening and tune in next time.